All right, Iris, thanks for that. Several residents in Black Canyon City are facing some major cleanup there. ABC 15's Angie Holdsworth went to assess the damage and reports one longtime resident may end up losing her home.
A couple dozen homes here in Black Canyon City really suffering some pretty severe damage from the runoff of this water, and you can still see a lot of the standing water here. So inside so many homes, there's a lot of mud and muck, a lot of cleanup that needs to be done. But a short distance from here, we talked to Mary Dittmer. Now, she's lived here since the 70s. Now, her entire roof was torn off, and there's a lot of water damage pretty much to the entire ceiling, almost caving in places. And sadly, she even knows it's probably not going to be livable.
Now I know it's going to wind up being a new roof. This, you can see where it's starting to leak, let go here too. And I don't have the money to fix it anymore. I own the house. I'm a widower, and I was laid off of work 3 years ago and haven't found work since.
Dittmer says she doesn't really have insurance on this house, so she's desperately looking for some options as far as what she can do. I spoke with a Salvation Army volunteer who has been going around assessing damages, and she reports all that she finds to Red Cross and FEMA to see what assistance may be available. In Black Canyon City, I'm Angie Holdsworth, ABC 15 News.
Just a heartbreaking story, Angie. Thank you. We have watched businesses get washed out too, like on Desert Hills Road, and ABC 15's Nick Van Zandt is near Cox Cactus Farms. That's one area that was ravaged by the flooding.
Well, now that the water has started to recede, you can really see how much damage has been left behind. Take a look right over here. You can see all the debris that's up against this fence. You can see the big puddles of mud that have been left behind. Behind all of this, though, is a business. We talked with the owners. They're determined to rebuild, but they're confused about how. First, they're scraping away the mud. After that, well, Cox Cactus Farms owner Jessica Cox says she has no idea how they will rebuild.
We're starting over, and it's sickening.
Floodwaters washed away almost all of Cox Farms. Entire greenhouses are gone. Millions of dollars worth of grown plants were swept away, and seedlings were buried in thick mud. Only people were able to escape swollen Skunk Creek.
Everything was underwater, and we were standing up here next to the house where it was not flooding yet, and we were just sitting back watching everything wash away, and there was nothing we could do.
What makes their loss even more difficult, though, is that it wasn't just a business. Cox and her husband not only live here, they got married right here in this building. So while the plants will eventually grow back, the memories they spent years building are gone.
To watch it wash away so quickly is just, there's no words to describe it.
Now, one thing the community can do to help this business is look at these buckets. Literally tens of thousands of these have been washed downstream. They're asking anyone who sees one, grab it, bring it back if you would. In North Phoenix, I'm Nick Van Zandt, ABC 15 News.
Nick, thank you. Of course, we were watching that here on ABC 15. One roadway that is running smoothly again is the I-17. That was incredible too, right? Traffic backed up for hours after that wall of water rushed right onto the freeway there. You can see how strong that water was. You watched it unfold right here along with us here on ABC 15. Just incredible video. Well, now that water has receded and the crews have to clean up all of that mud, all of that mess. We spoke with one man who was stuck on the freeway. He was just trying to get back home to his apartment.
It's nothing I've ever seen before. I'm from Arkansas, so I see flooding all the time, but this is pretty insane. It happened in one night.
So here's the thing to remember. A lot of the roads still have water on them. Take it slowly. Don't drive across moving water. We always say turn around, don't drown if you're headed out today.
Well, the Red Cross is helping 10 families in the valley right now after the roof of their apartment complex collapsed because of all the rain. This happened just before 10 o'clock last night, right near 34th Avenue and Bethany Home. And this is some new video of the damage taken from Air 15 just in the past few hours now with the sun up. And you can see the roof torn back in several places there. No word when they'll be able to return to their homes. And this huge storm was filled with heart-pumping rescues, heroism, and extreme danger and tragedy.
Absolutely. We watched it here. Many of us were on the edges of our seats as we saw this all unfold. It just seemed like issue after issue after issue. This one here in Surprise, Sun City West, I think, was the location, 153rd Avenue in Dynamite. The driver of that minivan says it started as a simple trip to Costco. It left him, though, stranded and helpless.
And I've been over that wash about 100 times with the water in it, you know what I mean? I thought, well, it's just, I can get through that water, you know, and it didn't look that bad.
What was that like for you?
Oh, scary. Scariest thing I've ever seen in my life.
Oh, and you saw him at the time waving at the camera for help, and then you saw this moment, MCSO deputies risking their lives in those rapids to rescue that man's wife. She'll turn 80 this year. You can see the woman just throwing up her arms around the deputy's neck, and he pulls her to safety from that minivan. The water was so quick. It was up to their waists in just a couple of minutes. Understandably shaken, she hugs him there. Yeah. The man who is definitely a hero, and we are all thankful to what we saw.
Absolutely. Well, this morning we're hearing from the heroes as well in that dramatic rescue. An MCSO helicopter was the only way in, and the rescue crew there, those two guys, they had to act fast. They say every second counted.
I was able to reach in and unlock the back door. The back door seemed to be locked or jammed by the water. Slid it open, and with some coaxing, she didn't really want to come to me, get her to come to me, and then Joe and I were able to pull her out of the car.
He had her around the waist as he was pulling her out, and I'm trying to hold on to him so they both don't go down the river. And she started to slip down, and so then we both kind of grabbed and made our way out.
Really was amazing to see. And a quick reminder, stay ahead of the monsoon with our ABC 15 Storm Shield weather app. It'll tell you right away when things are popping out there. It has interactive radar, current conditions, hourly forecast for you too. Follow the storms as they hit from wherever you are. You can search ABC 15 in your app store.